up? It's Maddie, and today I'm gonna do a fun little tag for you guys for my Friday video of the week. And this tag is the 50 facts about me. There was a fly. Sorry. I think I'm going crazy. So this tag is the 50 facts about me, and this was kind of hard to do. I thought it'd be really easy, but I'm actually not that interesting of a person. But I feel like I came up with some fun stuff for you guys to figure out about me, and just some fun stuff that you maybe didn't know before watching this video. Anyway, let's get into it. Here's my 50 facts about me video. My full name is Madison Erica Lawrence. I was born on October 14th, 1992, which means that I am 20 years old. But not for long. I'm technically named after my grandpa Mert, because in the Jewish religion you have to name your child after someone that's passed. But my mom didn't really want to name me Mert, so luckily Splash was on in the delivery room when I was born. And if you don't know that movie, it's about this woman named Madison, played by Daryl Hannah, and she's a mermaid, and Tom Hanks is in it, and it's great. It's kind of like just one of those 80s movies that you really gotta see. But luckily it was playing in the delivery room, and they were trying to think of a name that started with an M for a girl, and my grandma kept saying Myrtle, and my mom was like, no. And luckily, Splash was on, so she was like, you know what, Madison. Madison's a great name. But if I was a boy, my dad wanted to name me Maverick after the main character in Top Gun. My parents really like movies, I don't know. Speaking of my dad, his original last name was Liff, L-I-F-F. But he changed it for a girlfriend when he was 15 years old because she was super Christian and he was really worried that her family wouldn't like him. So I wouldn't even be the Madison Lawrence that you know if he hadn't changed his name for that bitch. I have 3 amazing parents. My mom, Wendy, my dad, David, and my stepdad, Fred. My parents got divorced when I was 3 and my sister was 11 months, but it was luckily a really super chill divorce, and they're still really good friends. Speaking of a sister, I have one! Her name is Liza, even though everyone at her school calls her Elle, which is really weird because I've never called her that and no one has until she got to college. But she is also a makeup guru on YouTube, so I'm gonna put a link in the description box for her if you want to go check her out. She's great, she's funny, she looks exactly like me. I first started my YouTube in 2007 and my first ever video was a cover of How to Touch a Girl by JoJo. Go watch it if you have the chance, it's still on here. It's hilarious and it's a cappella and was completely unplanned, so I had to look up the lyrics and was reading them while I sang it. Clearly a professional. When I first started my YouTube, there was a huge boom for singers on there, but I actually also really looked up to Lisa Nova and Smosh and SXE Phil, so I didn't really know what kind of YouTuber I wanted to be. And I tried a bunch of different things, from sketch comedy to music video covers to world news. Guess which one I picked. I grew up in Glenwood, Maryland, and from there I moved about 8 times, all around Maryland. I lived in Glenwood, then I lived in Pikesville, and then I lived in Albany for most of my life, and then finally I ended up in Columbia. I was involved in theater from the time I was 3 up until senior year of high school. My first ever musical was You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I played Charlie Brown. Super progressive. My last musical ever was Cats, and I had the utmost pleasure and honor of playing Grisabella. So that means I got to sing Memory. Memory! My neighbors hate me. I tried to pick up a bunch of instruments when I was a kid. I tried to pick up violin, that was a bust. Clarinet, probably lasted 2 weeks. Piano, I don't have large enough hands. But I finally ended up with guitar! I play guitar. I picked it up in 6th grade when we had a substitute teacher in my music class, and I haven't really put it down since. My guitar's name is Barry. Don't ask me why, I had just broken up with my boyfriend. It was a difficult time. Speaking of boyfriends, I'm single and I've only had 2 serious boyfriends in my life. One of them ended up being my best gay friend, and the other is somewhere on the West Coast at an art school. We don't really talk that much anymore. My 2 best friends are Jesse and Talon. I have other people that I consider extremely special in my life and that I'm very close with, but these guys have been with me throughout the hardest of times and the craziest of times, and for probably the longest. I don't really know what I'd do without them. I'd probably die. I've lived with 10 different pets in my lifetime, 4 dogs, 3 birds, and 2 cats. But Jen, my cat, is the first pet that I've ever owned by myself, and she's gonna freak out if I don't let her go. I live by myself in an apartment in NYC, and it gets pretty lonely sometimes, but luckily I have you guys! I don't know whether to be happy or sad about that. I am not a virgin. I've had sex with 1 person in my life, and if that doesn't tell you the type of girl I am, maybe the fact that he was a year younger than me will. I'm a cougar. My movie taste ranges as large as my music taste does. I mean, it all depends on how I feel. I could honestly sit through an entire Kate Hudson marathon, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Bride Wars. I mean, I live for that shit. And then the next day, I could totally just like veg out in front of the TV and cry at Melancholia by Lars von Trier because he is incredible as a director. And I can't wait for Nymphomaniac to come out because I just love Shia LaBeouf. And I love Lars von Trier, and I love Charlotte Gainsbourg. Music-wise, I love anything from Sleigh Bells to Avicii to One Direction. Kind of disgusting that way. I write singer-songwriter music, but if I do ever get the chance to choose which kind of music style I'd like to record for my first album, it would have to be house pop. Like Clarity by Zedd style type music. That's probably my favorite. I am an extremely messy person. I hardly clean up after myself, and when I do, it's usually because I'm having visitors. And I was never a very good roommate because of this, but to be fair, I never really had good roommates because of them. So I've lived the dorm life and I actually didn't hate it, and it's probably because MMC has these beautiful dorms in this high-rise building in Midtown Manhattan, and I lived on the 32nd floor, so I had a great view of 2nd Avenue. And speaking of which, I am a senior at Marymount Manhattan College in New York City, just in case any of you wanted to stalk me. I'm a photography major there. Anything by Brassai or Lillian Bassman really turns me on photography-wise. They're really different photographers, but they both have this really amazing, mysterious air to their photography that just really moves me. I go to a predominantly gay school. Like, literally look up the statistics, and I don't have anything to complain about, honestly. I am loving it. Until people ask me about boyfriends, to which I reply with, I haven't had a boyfriend in 4 years. My entire college career has consisted of hanging out with friends and Jack and Cokes at bars that don't card. Speaking of bars, I'm not 21 yet, but I am in 5 days. I can't wait. I'm not a huge drinker, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. My favorite comfort food in the entire world is a Works bagel with scallion and lox spread and a chocolate croissant from Bagel Works on 66th and 1st. I have a huge sweet tooth. I will literally sit in front of the TV and eat an entire bag of Hershey's Toffee and Almonds nuggets. Exhibit A. Like, I'm not even kidding. I didn't just buy this for this. Like, that's just a thing that happened. I record all of my stuff with an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus microphone. It's amazing. My dad got it for me as a graduation present from high school, and I love it. I am a huge TV watcher. I love having certain nights of the week dedicated to one or more shows. Some of my current favorites right now are Nashville, American Horror Story Coven, which just premiered tonight. It was incredible. Thank you, Ryan Murphy, so much. Glee, thank you, Ryan Murphy, again. And The Mindy Project, because I am probably a little too obsessed with Mindy Kaling. I've actually met Frankie Muniz twice. He is as short as you think. He was working on a movie with my dad called Pizza Man. It was awesome. I got to hang out with them on set for a little bit. And then I saw them again at Comic-Con for my birthday in 2011 when they were there promoting the movie and giving out the trailer. So that was pretty cool too. We all got dinner and it was really fun. And I thought everything was going great until he proposed to Alicia. So, short-lived relationship with Frankie Muniz. Sometimes I honestly think I might cry at how gorgeous Harry Styles is. Honestly, I'm not kidding you with this one. The best concert I've ever been to, probably in my entire life so far, has been Vampire Weekend back in 2010 when they were at Merriweather back in Maryland. It was so cool, super high energy. We were all just like jamming out to Walcott and everyone was like, Flex, got a new face, and it was just such a fun time. I don't think any concert could top that. Maybe like another Vampire Weekend concert, but my hair used to be super long in high school and pretty much my entire life, but after a nasty breakup after high school and moving to New York, I felt like I needed something different and cool and edgy, and I really just wanted attention. So I cut my hair super short, basically the same cut as my friend Kelsey. And if you've been following me from the beginning, you've seen all the different phases my hair's gone through. Right now it's blonde and I am loving it. I'm actually super into makeup. My sister's really good at it because she's a makeup guru on here, but I actually got started watching Purse Buzz back in 2009 here on YouTube, and I fell in love with it and I've been doing it ever since. And to this day, I still do all the makeup for the shoots that I do. My favorite place to be in the world right now is my parents' new house in Florida. It's so just like amazing and relaxing, and I felt like I really got to do what I wanted with this room. So it's super fluffy and just really beachy, and it's like my favorite place in the world right now, and I wish I was there. I mean, I always wish I was there, but like right now especially because it's starting to get cold out and dreary out, and all I want to do is lay out by the pool and sleep in that big fluffy bed with pineapples all over it. Don't ask me why. I thought pineapples were really beachy. I literally long for the days that Lizzie McGuire and Phil of the Future were still on Disney Channel. I wandered my way onto Disney Channel the other day, and I can successfully say that I know no one. And I have no idea what any of the shows are, other than Sweet Life on Deck, which is just reruns at this point because Dylan Sprouse and Cole Sprouse both go to NYU. I actually ended up bumping into Dylan Sprouse in Union Square. Like physically bumping into him, not just being like, oh, hey, you're Dylan Sprouse. It was literally like, boom, oh, sorry. And then like, he just was like, that's okay, and like walked away, and I was like, and he was like, yeah. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go. Let's see. See ya. It was slightly embarrassing, and he probably still remembers it from how weird I was. So that was my 50 facts about me tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit more about me and my background. I think I included some stuff in there that was interesting, but also a lot of informational things. Informational information. So if you liked it, just go ahead and click the like button, or you can just, you know, subscribe, or maybe comment something nice like, hey, you're looking good today, Maddie. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! But now all you wanna